How to Train Your Caterpillar, a spiritual life coaching channel. You're very welcome here. Thank you for checking out the video. So this video is going to be about how to protect your energy as an empath. But before I get into it, I just want to say, like I said, thank you for checking out the video. If you find the video useful, hopefully you'll find something in it you can use and you'll enjoy it. And if that is the case and you feel like liking and subscribing for me, I would appreciate that a lot. So you might want to check out the other video that I did about empaths if you haven't done that already, because I did like an introductory video about like how to know if you're an empath. So if you want to know more about empaths in general, go and check out that video if you feel like doing that. So this one's going to be like about how to protect your energy. I'm also going to talk at the end about how to cleanse your energy, like once you've kind of been out there and picked up the bad juju. But I'm going to talk first about how to protect your energy, because if you do that, then there's less of this kind of juju that you've picked up that you need to cleanse, right? So the thing is, like, if you're an empath, obviously we're walking around, we're picking up other people's energy, we're taking things in from the environment, people are taking little bits of our energy. It's very tiring. Like, if you don't learn how to protect your energy, it's very stressful for you being an empath, living your life like that, because it kind of makes you not want to socialize with people, because you come back and you're very tired and it's very stressful, and it's just better to learn how to protect your energy, basically. So the way to do that is to learn to ground yourself. I have also done a video about grounding your energy. If you want to go and check that out at some point, obviously you can do that. But what I mean by that is, the more that you learn to stay in the present moment, to become aware of your own energy, to become aware of your own emotions, to be present within your body, the more, like I said, you're going to be more aware of your own emotions. So that means, like, say for example, you're in a good mood, right? And you're getting ready to go out. So you're in a good mood, you're in a good mood, there's nothing that's put you in a bad mood. And then say you go and sit in a coffee shop maybe and have yourself a cup of coffee, right? And then you start to feel like, oh, I feel like a little overwhelmed maybe, or I feel like a little upset, or I feel like a little anxious or a little nervous. You've picked that up from someone that's there, right? I mean, the overwhelmed thing, I'm going to talk about that in a minute, but if you start to feel like, I don't know, like a little upset or a little anxious, that's emotions that you've picked up from someone else. You weren't feeling that when you went in. So that is the point when you need to be like, okay, wait a minute. Ground myself, come back into the present moment, be aware of my own emotions, focus on my body. And the easiest way to do that is to just close your eyes for a minute and do some deep breathing, right? Get yourself back on point, get yourself like present and grounded, and then you can be like, wait a minute, that's not my emotion. I'm not anxious, like I'm not angry, I'm not upset, I'm not taking that on. And you'll notice that it goes away. Like, it's almost like there's almost like a wall kind of around you. But unfortunately for an empath, it is necessary for you to try and stay as grounded as you can. The other thing I was saying about being overwhelmed, so obviously, like I was saying, empaths take on energy from the environment around you. So that can be from like one person sitting next to you, the person that you're talking to, or if you're in a room, say it's a coffee shop and there's, I don't know, 15 people in the room, you're picking up all of the energy from like every human in there, and they've all got their own problems. That the thing is, they're not even aware that you're taking on this energy for them. You're also picking up the Wi-Fi and like the general kind of energy of the collective while you're there. So it can be very overwhelming if you don't learn to be like, hold on, this is not right, this is not my energy, I don't need to feel like this. Center yourself, right? The thing is, you're probably only going to be able to do that to a point, right? Like for empaths, I know for me anyway, especially now I think I'm a little bit older and I'm more sensitive, because you know, when you're younger, when you're out in big groups, you usually, I don't know, you've had a drink or whatever, so you're like, okay. But you know, if you're not drinking and you're just kind of there, you know, even I feel like going shopping in town, like I can only really deal with it for like a couple of hours and then I have to come back. So the other thing is to just kind of accept that you're an empath, basically, and to just accept the fact that you're kind of a weirdo. You know, you're more sensitive than other people, so you're gonna have to just accept the fact that you know, maybe you just need a little bit more alone time than other people, okay? Which I'm gonna come back to, but you know, maybe like big crowds and things, like, you know, all the time are not, you know, give yourself like a little bit of space, right, is what I'm saying. The other thing is, empaths have a very healing aura. So, you know, everybody has an aura, everybody has an energy field that we can't see, but empaths have a very healing aura. So, you know, say you're in Tesco's or something and you're just kind of, you know, you go in and you're feeling pretty chipper, right? You're feeling like happy, you're like, oh, I'm just gonna go in, like I'm kind of looking forward to doing the shopping, I can get this and that and the other thing. And then, you know, by the end of it, you're feeling very tired, right? It's because your energy field's usually about, it's like a meter and a half, 2 meters, depending on how aware you are of your energy, right? But it's usually about a meter from the outside of your vessel. Empaths have a very healing aura, so like when people are in that space, like even if they're just walking past, every time someone walks past, they take a little bit of your energy, right? And because it's healing, they're like, oh yeah, I'll have some of that. They don't know they're doing it, but they just, you know, take little bits. So that's the other thing, like, to be aware of when you're out and about, is to sort of try and be aware of your energy and keep it kind of pulled into you. And it sounds selfish, but the thing is, you can't just be going around like sucking up everybody's bad energy and sucking up all the bad energy of the collective and letting people take your energy here and there, because you're gonna be exhausted. Like, that's one of the reasons that empaths are exhausted all the time, you know, because this, like, I think as well, before you realize what happens, or you know, you're not so disciplined with it, because I used to be very undisciplined with it. I'm a lot better now, but I still have to be aware of it. You know, you're exhausted, so like socializing is kind of unpleasant, because there's always, as well, the thing is, if you're just going out there like happy to take on everybody else's crap, and that's not just strangers, but like, you know, acquaintances or whatever they are, if you're happy enough to just, like, if you feel like it's your job to kind of take on all this bad energy from people, then you're going to be a target for energy vampires and narcissists, which I'm going to make separate videos about them. But energy vampire is exactly what it says on the tin. You know, it's somebody that takes all your energy, basically. They may or may not know they're doing it, but if you're going out there without these boundaries, like not holding the frame, as it were, then you're going to be a target for these people. The other thing that you have to become aware of and that you have to accept, like I said, one thing that you're going to have to accept is that you are an empath and you are different from other people and you are sensitive. So because of that, it's necessary for you to adjust your behavior. You know, like I said, making, you know, maybe only a couple of hours shopping, right, before you come back in. The other thing as well is just accept the fact that you need more alone time, because the reason that you need more alone time is because you're sucking up all this energy. You need space to transmute it, because that's what empaths do. Like, they take all this dark energy and they transmute it back into light, but you need time and space to do that, and it's tiring. And if you're not getting that alone time, you're gonna get like overwhelmed and anxious and upset and maybe crab it, you know, like grumpy. So, you know, it's important not to feel like a weirdo for needing that time alone, because other people might be like, why are you always like, you spend so much time alone? But if they're not an empath, then they don't understand, and there's no point in you trying to make them understand. You know, just accept the fact that you're not a weirdo. That's just something that you need, you know. The other thing that is going to really help you a lot is accepting the fact that it's not your job to fix everyone, because that's part of the problem with the empath is, you know, we're very aware of other people's emotions. Like, you know, you can tell when someone's upset or they're sad without you, you know, without them crying or like without them saying anything to you. So you feel the need to fix them, right? You feel like, oh, well, I should be taking on that energy, like I should be helping this person. You can't do that for everyone. Okay, it's not physically possible. Like, yes, you can do it for maybe an acquaintance or a friend or, you know, whatever, but, you know, say you're in the coffee shop, right, and you have like the 20 people there, they're kind of subconsciously, because it's all happening on a subconscious level, right, because we're humans, we're basic bitches. It's all happening on a subconscious level, so subconsciously they're like, ooh, that person can help me, right? But especially like the people sitting close to you, they're kind of subconsciously offloading this stuff onto you. But once you start to become aware, like, oh, I'm feeling like upset or I'm feeling angry or something, and you're like, that's not coming from me. Getting to that point where you're like, I don't feel guilty for not taking that on is very important, because it's not your problem. Like, you can't fix everyone. It's not your job to fix everyone. Like, you're entitled to live your own life, have your own energy, and be happy. Because the other thing you need to watch out for is, even when you're alone, you need to be careful of what you're thinking about and your emotions, because you might just be sitting chilling, like watching a DVD or something, and then you find yourself getting really anxious, and you're like, the thing is to become aware that you're anxious and to be like, why am I anxious? And you're probably sitting there being like, oh my god, the world is in such a state, like I shouldn't be sitting here doing nothing, like I should be doing something to help the world. Like, oh, the world's like, there's so many nasty people, and like, I don't know, all the children, I should be helping the children, and like the animals, what of the animals? It's not your job to like save everyone, and it's not your job to save the collective on your own, right? And you sitting there freaking out and feeling guilty about it is not going to do anything. It's just going to exhaust you. So it's really important, the more that you do your shadow work, which will come to you naturally the more that you're along the spiritual path, but the more shadow work that you do to kind of release these blocked emotions which make you feel guilty about fixing people, because that's an empath thing. Feeling like you should be the problem solver, feeling like you should always be aware of other people's moods, and like, oh, why is this person unhappy? Like, I should fix that. That's my fault to fix that. You know, that's my job to fix that. It's not. It's not your job to fix everyone's emotions. You are not responsible for other people's happiness. They are responsible to regulate their own mood and their own happiness. Okay, I mean, you can help them, but you're not responsible for their happiness the same way that they're not responsible for yours, right? You don't expect them to do it for you, so why do you expect the other way around, right? Like, these are key things that, like, the more as well, like the more that you just accept that you're an empath and like try and hold the frame and these boundaries and like make sure you're grounding yourself, the easier it's going to become, the less tired you're going to be, the less overwhelmed you're going to be, and the more you're going to be able to hang out with people, you know, because you are allowed to have a life and be happy. So I don't want this video to be super long. How long is it? Like 14 minutes? That's quite long. But once you have like ways to cleanse your energy after you've absorbed all this stuff, you can wear black tourmaline. Like when you're out and about, you can wear crystals that are going to help you deflect or absorb negative energy. I always used to wear, I don't wear it anymore because I don't feel like I need it anymore. But you know, when I was working in various different jobs, like I always used to wear and carry black tourmaline. The thing is, if you're going to do that, because that sort of absorbs and like deflects negative energy, if you feel like there's someone at your workplace, for example, that's like throwing a lot of bad juju your way, you can wear this and it it will help, but make sure you're cleansing it every day. it's very important for an empath to shower. Like, it's important for everybody to shower, but it's more important for an empath than anyone else to shower, or have a bath, whatever you want to do, like at the end of every day, just to get rid of the stuff that has been absorbed into your energy field, like to make you feel clean again. And you can, if you want to go one step further, you can like visualize the bad energy or the negative energy leaving you in the shower. I believe people also have baths with Epsom salts, which is something I've not done myself, but I think it's very cleansing, cleanses the aura. Like I said, you need to make space for that alone time and not feel guilty or not feel weird about it, you know. There's really, though, it's about grounding your energy for protection, you know. So like I said, you can go and look up my grounding video, but like I find just a few seconds of like closing your eyes and deep breathing in the moment, becoming aware of your own emotions, so that you can be like, that's not my emotion, I'm not taking that. But in general, like, deep breathing is very important for empaths. Meditation is really, really something that's going to help you ground your energy. Excuse me, if you're bad at meditation, yoga is a good thing to do, because I'm quite bad at meditation, but I can do yoga because it kind of tricks your brain, you know, because like you're doing that particular pose where you're like, your brain just sort of switches off, and there you've got the same effect, right? But any kind of meditation, you know, because there's lots of ways to meditate. You go for a walk or whatever, but yeah, that's the video. I mean, you can look up like ways to kind of like the different crystals that you can carry, but really it's about learning boundaries, like learning to kind of become aware, stay focused. And it seems unfair that empaths have to do this while like other people don't have to, but again, it's kind of about acceptance that you have to do this, and it's annoying. It is annoying, but it's really like about learning to protect the energy, because once you've done that, I mean, it's still important to like shower and like, you know, keep grounding your energy once you get home at the end of the day. But if you can kind of prevent people from stealing your energy, because they don't know they're doing it, is the thing a lot of the time, but if you can prevent it in the first place, you're not going to feel so tired and overwhelmed. So that's the video. I hope you enjoyed it and found something useful. Apologies if it's a little bit long. It is what it is. But thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe for me if you feel like doing that. I'd appreciate it a lot. And as always, I wish you many blessings, love and light. Take care.